Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. We are going to discuss about writing tips for the exams today. Attempting the paper properly in board examination is the key to score high marks. Many students don't realize the fact that paper presentation is very important and you have to attempt the paper in a way that not only impresses the checker but also makes him read your paper easily. The easier you make it for the checker, the more marks you are likely to attain. And the same is true for all the boards. Let it be Federal Board, Punjab boards, or KPK and Sindh boards. Let's see what should be the overall presentation of the paper. First of all, you need to be cautious of your overall paper presentation. Here are the few things you need to consider. Number 1. Draw a line on the right and left of the page with a cut marker. Keep your paper neat and clean. Give proper important headings. Fill all the page. Don't leave any space. Stay on the topic while answering the question. After finishing the question, draw a line at the end of the answer. Don't leave extra space at the end of the page. Answer only the number of the question asked. Don't attempt extra question. But if do attempt extra question, then do not write the word extra question with it. All high achievers and board toppers follow the rules. So if you want to get higher marks, follow the rules. Required materials for effective paper presentation. Putting first things first, you need the following to attempt your paper effectively: a large transparent scale, a blue cut marker, a small scale, a good blue pen, a pencil, an eraser, and a sharpener. Now it's time how to use the above effectively to win the game. Using larger transparent scale, to draw a line on both sides of the paper so that your margins are clear and all of your page gives a better look as your writings will be well margined. Number 2. Use of cut marker. The use of a cut marker effectively is the most important step as it's the key to get more marks. There are following uses of the cut marker in the exam. Use the cut marker for headings, question numbers, and parts. Main heading on the first two lines should be subjective type at the center of the page. Then give subheading as short questions at the center of the page. The third heading should be question number and it should also be written in the center of the page. Underline the subheading if you are not writing it with cut marker. Always remember, write question number and part number in the middle of the line. Use cut marker to write important points such as dates, names, important words, so that even if the checker doesn't check your paper with full attention, he knows on the first glimpse that you have written everything and all points necessary to get full marks. Also write important sentences or phrases with the cut marker. In all subjects, normally there is one sentence in the question that is most important and that the checker wants to check. For example, in physics, a very important short question is related to the momentum. Is why gun recoils when a bullet is fired. You can write the answer normally with a ballpoint, but to conserve momentum is the most important phrase in the answer. So write it with the cut marker, because it's the phrase the checker wants to check, whereas the rest of it is not that important. Draw a short line after writing each answer and also leave one line after each answer so that you may have the space available even if you missed anything, and you may write it once you remember. But do not leave 2 or more empty lines, as leaving too many empty spaces is considered to be a bad thing in board examination. Number 4, use of a small scale. Small scale is very effective for drawing small lines after each answer so that checker knows that you have completed the answer. Good pen or ballpoint. It is better to purchase pen or ballpoint at least a week before the examination, as the new pens are harder to write. So use the pens for a 2 to 3 days so that they can get smoother. Use a pencil, an eraser and a sharpener. You can draw a diagram with a pencil, but if you are good at drawing with a ballpoint, then it's preferable in order to get more marks. However, it is very important to label the diagrams, preferably with a cut marker. Order of the question. First, attempt the questions in which you are good at. As at the start of the paper, the checker will know that you are a good student. You need to keep that impression for at least 3 questions. So, your best answer should be the second question. Then attempt the question in which you are perfect at, as the checker knows that your second and third questions are even better than the first one. So the impression gets better. Hence, he feels comfortable to give you better marks. It is also important not to attempt the least good question at the end, but mix it in between the good question, maybe at number 7 or 8. Your last attempted question should also be good one, as most of the checker know that the last questions are normally the ones that you don't know the answers. So use these tricks cleverly. And then attempt the question in which you are least good at. Also, practice attending the paper by giving tests at schools, colleges, and academies. Make a habit of reading the paper after solving it. Before going for exam, ready all the stuff required. Practice the designing of the paper before the final exam. And view solved papers examples on our following Facebook post. You can also view solved papers on Facebook page of EduVision. You can also watch solved papers at EduVision's website. And I hope that you will have understood that what are the important things in writing a paper, and how you can draw margin lines, and you have to just use ending line after finishing a question, and how you should attempt, and you should not use so many blank spaces. So these are very important things, and you should keep everything with you before examination, especially roll number slip. So you should keep roll number slip and all your bag ready before your exam, just 2 or 3 days before, so that you may not forget them. Okay, see you next time. Allah